In Psalm 33, we read, "The Lord loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of his unfailing love." Our God loves justice. His desire is to ensure that the powerless are given a voice and that people are treated with love and fairness, whoever they are. But you don't have to read the Bible for long to know that God expects his people to be lovers of justice too. The law that was given by Moses is stuffed full of commands to exercise justice and fairness in Israel. Just in the first half of Exodus chapter 23, God talks about ensuring fair judgment, of not following the crowd in doing wrong, not perverting the course of justice, not showing favoritism, not making false charges, rejecting bribes, and not oppressing foreigners. In fact, the prophet Micah made it clear that if God is looking for evidence of faithfulness in his people, justice comes above any amount of worship and sacrifice. He has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God. So I guess it's no surprise that Jesus reflected that love of justice in his mission and ministry. Luke 4 contains what is sometimes described as Jesus' manifesto. It speaks about what he came to do and what was important to him. Interestingly, he doesn't speak about church or worship at all. He speaks about ensuring justice. "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me," he announced, "because he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim release to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to let the oppressed go free and to proclaim the year of the Lord's favour." And unlike some politicians, Jesus actually stuck to his manifesto. He wasn't above telling the religious and spiritual leaders of the day where they were going wrong, and particularly calling them out about how they treated people. He once said, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! You tithe mint and dill and cumin and have neglected the weightier matters of the law, justice and mercy and faith. It is these you ought to have practiced, without neglecting the others." He wasn't above a bit of direct action either. When Jesus saw the money changers and hawkers making a fast buck from the pilgrims coming to the temple, he overturned the tables and drove them out. We've got a poster of this scene on our office wall, and below it is written, "When people ask, 'What would Jesus do?' remind them that chasing people with a whip is not beyond the bounds of possibility." Jesus wasn't nearly as meek and mild as perhaps one famous carol would have us believe. So what does that mean for us? Well, it's not a blanket license for violence. Blessed are the peacemakers, Jesus told us. However, it will mean standing up for equity in a world where oppressive power is common. It will mean us learning about and praying for the issues of the day, those we hear about in our headlines, but also those that are crowded out in our media. We can stand with those people by speaking for them in the public sphere. We can take opportunities to raise our voice through petitions and marches, in public forums, and through our political system. Should the church be involved in politics? Without question, yes. The word politics comes from the Greek and Latin words meaning citizen and city. It's about being concerned with people and communities. And after all, that's just where the church ought to be.